In a picturesque village at the foot of the Himalayas lived a young woman named Karma. She was a dreamer, spending her evenings gazing at the snow-capped peaks and meditating on the meaning of life. Karma came from a Buddhist family, and her days were filled with fieldwork, prayers, and tending to the monastery garden. Although she led a peaceful life, she felt an irresistible desire to see the world beyond her village. Karma often recalled the words of her spiritual master, Monk Dorji, who taught that the mind is a field and thoughts are seeds. Sow only the seeds you want to bloom in your life. One evening, after a particularly long meditation, Karma decided it was time for a change. She also remembered Dorji's words. Write down your desires on a piece of paper, and the universe will help you fulfill them. That same evening, Karma sat in her modest hut, lit an oil lamp, and took a pen in hand. On a piece of paper, she began to write down her desires. I want to travel the world and learn about different cultures. I want to find work that inspires me and benefits others. I want to find inner peace and wisdom. She folded the paper in half and tucked it into her favorite book on Buddha's teachings. She felt better, as if she had taken the first step towards changing her life. A few days later, Karma met a traveler named Tashi in the village, who was a Buddhist monk and researcher. He told stories of his travels around the world, visiting temples in Thailand, Japan, and even distant America. Karma listened with fascination, and Tashi noticed her enthusiasm. He offered to help her find work as his assistant on his next research trip. In the meantime, Karma began to notice how her desires were starting to come true. Working with Tashi was incredibly inspiring. During one of their trips to Thailand, Karma met a young monk named Arun, who fascinated her with his wisdom and calm. They began meditating and studying Buddhist scriptures together. One of the interesting facts Karma learned from Tashi was that the Dalai Lama also practices writing down his thoughts and desires. His notes are filled with reflections, plans, and dreams that help guide his life. The Dalai Lama believes that clearly defining your desires helps focus the mind and direct energy towards their realization. Just a year after Karma wrote down her desires on a piece of paper, her life changed beyond recognition. She traveled the world, working alongside Tashi, and Arun, her new friend, accompanied her on many spiritual quests. Her dreams had come true, and she herself became proof that writing down desires and taking action towards them really works. Karma visited many temples and monasteries, learned from wise masters, and helped others along her journey. Each place she visited brought her new experiences and lessons. In Japan, she learned the art of calligraphy and ceramics. In India, she delved into Ayurveda, and in Nepal, she practiced intense meditations in mountain monasteries. One of the most important moments in her journey was her stay at the Kopan Monastery in Nepal, where she spent a month meditating and learning. It was there that Karma felt she was finding the inner peace she'd always desired. Every day, she meditated under the guidance of experienced monks, participated in discussions, and studied sutras. Karma understood that inner peace does not depend on external conditions, but on the state of the mind. The practice of meditation helped her let go of unnecessary fears and worries and discover deep joy and contentment with life. After several years of traveling, Karma decided to return to her home village. She brought back not only new skills and experiences, but also the inner peace and wisdom she had gained along her way. Her return was a great event for the villagers. Karma shared her experiences, taught children calligraphy, spoke about the different cultures and religions she had encountered, and led meditations for anyone interested. Her life became an inspiration for others, and the village, once quiet and isolated, began to thrive with life and openness to the world. Karma proved that even in the farthest corners of the world, dreams can come true if we have the courage to write them down and take steps towards them. Karma's story is an inspiring example of how powerful our desires can be when we clearly define them and start taking steps towards them. Writing down desires is not only a Buddhist practice, but also a universal tool that can help anyone achieve their dreams. Let this story be an inspiration for everyone who dreams of a better life. After all, as the Dalai Lama once said, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions.